We got married there. We brought our babies home.
They walked in that house. Yeah, the whole thing. That's why we were so close.
Didn't really want to sell it, but it's like we weren't in a place to keep it either. And being able to qualify for a second mortgage and still maintain this one.
We talked with our realtor, and she broke down the numbers and saying, like, is this considered a good enough investment for you personally to take on that kind of hurdle of renting out your house and also getting another house in the process? And she looked at the numbers, and it was very thin margin. Like, the process of putting it out there for rental and waiting for someone to come in, who knows how long that would have taken us to do that. Do we have the capital to have an empty house? Or if there's any other problems down the line, if the house is empty and the AC unit finally broke, would we be able to buy a new unit and then also have an empty house? Crystal's like, maybe you should just sell it and walk away from it. So we were kind of like on the fence about it for a little bit. She came back and she's like, I'm not going to bring you guys stuff if it doesn't make any sense, but this sounds great.
He was like, this is something maybe to consider. It's a newer company. They approached me, they're interested in your house, and this is their offer, and this is kind of how they work. I did my research, like looking into bonus, and I'm like, who would want to do this for us? And we didn't initially decide to do it for actually a while. We left the house on the market. The good thing was that bonus was always there, like behind the scenes, kind of waiting, like, we'll still be here if you decide. So I appreciated that, because I was like, they must really want to work with us if they want to stay through all of that, even after all this time.
I was like, well, that sounds great. Get to keep my house and see if it's an opportunity for us to grow. But my wife is like,
yeah, I was like that. So
we had a lot of nights just talking.
We talked about it a lot, and this seems right. Like, we're just gonna keep going. And
the shaker, like, hey, come on, let's do this. Like, sign, let's get this going, because it sounds like a great opportunity. And if we sell the house, that's it. Like, it's done for.
There's no being able to go back and make money.
And that sounds like a beautiful thing to come back later and be like, do we sell or do we keep going? And if we keep going, then we'll sell later. And then, that's the nice little nest egg for later as well.
So I think having that option to sell it wherever we are in 5 or 10 years, I think that's amazing.
Because nobody gives you those opportunities.
Yeah. And then after a while, my parents were like, I want to bonus my house. They were like, that sounds like a good idea.